Bitshares, why I don't recommend it, and why I think it's a terrible platform. Um, I started off with an experiment about 2 weeks ago where I brought in Ether, just $14 worth, because I wanted to test the platform out, and I transferred it, converted Ether to BTS, and then I converted BTS to btsUSD for $14. And then, um, as the price of BTS started going up, I started losing value. The price of my U.S. dollars was going down, and I was told that this was a substitute, like a dollar for dollar, kind of a hedge, and that this is the thing to substitute for Tether, because this will protect you. Well, it didn't. It didn't do that. Plus, there was a um, there you actually have to put in a extra. You have to put in extra money so that you don't avoid a drawdown in case the value of your dollar currency goes down. So anyway, after a few days of the experiment, I sold my U.S. dollars, converted it back to BTS, and then but there was no way for me to directly convert the BTS back to Ether or something else where I could transfer this out of. The only option that it gave me was to convert it to BTS warrants. And when I converted it to the BTS warrants, it just stayed there for 8 days, and I just canceled the order 16 minutes ago. So anyway, um, you know, I'm I'm fairly tech savvy, but this here was it was just a really bad experience all the way around. I just think, if I had, just imagine, I wouldn't do that, but if transferred a Bitcoin over here or something like that, it would just have been, stuck in limbo. And the other thing is, I wasn't able to cancel the order because there was no button to cancel the order. And what I just found out was that because I use Chrome, it doesn't work on Chrome. Supposedly, you have to use Firefox. Well, I was using another computer with Chrome, and the cancel button was not showing up. I opened it up on this computer here, and the cancel button showed on there. So there was nothing that said, hey, Firefox works best with this browser and not Chrome. Anyway, just for so many reasons, I would, people are using it, and some people are okay with it, but before you transfer anything in, I would test it out with a very small amount of money. My experience was not good at all, and I don't recommend it from my standpoint. But if you want to beta test it out, do not transfer a lot of money over here, or a lot of currency over here, or it's just really shaky. And right now I'm not going to transfer it over because the $14 that I originally started with is now worth just $7, so it's cut in half. So I'm just gonna leave it here. But if I were to say, okay, I'm gonna say, okay, I want to. Well, see, I don't want to withdraw. I want to exchange this first. I want to exchange this first before I. So if I come over here and I say, okay, Okay, so I'm going to select Open Ether, and I want to buy Open Ether. But in order to buy Open Ether, it's saying that I need to deposit Open BTC. And it's not recognizing my BTS that I have there. So if I go to click BTS and say, okay, I want to sell. Okay, so I want to sell, buy to open my Ether to BTS. Okay, so I want to buy to open that. Okay, so that's how I would buy that and get out of it. So anyway, this is you can kind of maybe hear the frustration in my voice here. It's only 14 bucks. That was now only 7 bucks. It was just the whole process, though. And I'm sure someone else could have a different experience, but I would stay away from Open BTS. It's just too many ways to screw up there. And I use Ether Delta and Fork Delta and all those things. So I'm used to the decentralized platforms where you're going out and buying things, but this one here is just a whole nother animal that I'm not interested in playing with. Okay, see you guys on the next video.